Welcome to the mini-series Biology of Meaning, BDS, with episode 19. In modern medicine, symptoms are often seen as enemies. Pain, inflammation, fever, anxiety, sadness, anything that makes the body uncomfortable is usually treated as something that must be eliminated as quickly as possible. But what if a symptom were more than just a biological error? What if it were also a message from the body? The explanatory model of health and illness called the biology of meaning proposes a different perspective. A symptom can be an expression of the body in response to an intensely experienced event. It is not just a bodily malfunction. It can also be a meaningful response experienced in the soma or body. The German physician Reich Gerd-Hamer suggested that many biological processes appear after conflicts experienced with a strong emotional impact. His approach generated debate, but it opened a question that remains relevant. What story does the person live behind the symptom? A debate that, strangely, was not based on scientific evidence, but rather devolved into personal, deontological, and legal attacks. From the perspective of depth psychology, Carl Jung explained that what is not brought to consciousness tends to manifest itself in other ways. Sometimes in dreams, sometimes in behavior, and often in the body. A symptom can be the way the body tries to express something it hasn't been able to say otherwise, because not everything we experience can be named. The philosopher Ken Wilber reminds us that human beings are not just biological bodies. We are simultaneously body, mind, relationships, culture, and consciousness. When medicine focuses solely on the organ, it misses a significant part of human experience and potential. From the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine, the symptom is not an enemy. It is a sign of imbalance in vital energy. The organism is not mistaken. Rather, it is attempting to restore harmony. Philosophical Taoism teaches that health arises when life flows in balance with nature. This is why life contexts matter so much, because they cause illness. Environments of violence, constant stress, social injustice, or disconnection from nature profoundly affect human beings. The body records what has been experienced. The body remembers. The body speaks through what has been left unsaid, through what has been suffered in silence. The Faro integral method proposes listening to the symptom from several dimensions. Body, what is happening biologically? Mind, what emotions accompany the experience? Relationships, what is happening in relationships? Culture, what social narratives permeate the person's life? Vital energy, how the organism's vitality circulates. Be aware of what learning can emerge from experience. Listening to the symptom means expanding our understanding of health. Because when the symptom has a voice, the person reclaims their place in the healing process and their place in the world. And when we listen to the body with respect, medicine can return to its original purpose, to care for life with wisdom. This is also where the field of psychosomatics comes in, which for decades has sought to understand the profound relationship between mind, emotion, and body. Psychosomatics reminds us of something essential. Human experience is not divided into separate parts. What we live, what we feel, what we keep silent about, and what we endure leaves its mark on the organism. The biology of meaning presents itself precisely as a medical model explaining health and illness, seeking to understand the symptom within the person's history. From this perspective, the symptom should not only be eliminated. It must be listened to, understood, and deciphered. Learning to reverence the symptom does not mean glorifying suffering. It means recognizing that the body is trying to adapt to an experience that has been perceived as conflictive. When we listen to the symptom attentively, new questions arise. What experience originated it? What perception was present at that moment? Was there fear, loss, injustice, or loneliness? True transformation begins when we can look at that experience with compassion, honesty, and empathy. Because often the origin of suffering is not solely in the body. It arises from unjust life circumstances, harmful relationships, or perceptions that need to be re-examined. Listening to the symptom allows for a reorganization of the experience. Understanding it allows us to seek more humane solutions. And alleviating it also means creating healthier, fairer, and more conscious living conditions. In this process, the symptom is a friend. It becomes a messenger inviting us to transform our lives. Pharaoh learning. The symptom is the language of your being, expressed by your body, asking to live. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Comment if you wish. Share this video to raise collective awareness. Study with ESSI, EL Pharaoh. Learn science with awareness because in health, knowledge is not neutral, it is vital.